Hello and welcome. Today we're going to cover AllezJonnievoir's run through the Irish regions. So in round one, he faced up against Fear itself. As you can see, Johnny's team is Hypno, Azu, Tropius, Toxicroak, Amok, and Quagsar. So he leads Hypno into Skarmory. Skarmory swaps out into Shiftry, and in comes Toxicroak on Johnny's side. It's a very positive matchup here for Toxicroak. You don't need to shield at all. You can take two Leaf Blades and survive and just farm down the Shiftry. So Meganium comes in next, and Johnny hits Sludge Bomb, gets the shield, and just can't get to the next move, but that's okay. Then comes Amok. Now with Amok, though, Johnny's also running Gunk Shot. Then comes Skarmory, in comes Hypno. Small bit of lag, but it's mutual, both sides they catch up together. Johnny fires off the Thunder Punch and Sky Attack in return from Fear itself. Hypno's tanky boy can take that. Again, straight Thunder Punch from Hypno. Leaves Hypno nice and low. So Johnny decides to shield this Sky Attack to preserve the health on Hypno. And Confusion down to Skarmory. In comes the Meganium. And he Thunder Punches. Meganium lets it through. And then he swaps in for a Dark Pulse from Muck. Fear lets it through, not knowing how much damage it's going to do, and then Muck can just snarl it down. Into game two. Azu lead, in comes Shiftry to match that, in comes Tropius. This is an Air Slash Tropius, so again, Shiftry has no play here. Johnny just needs to shield the right moves at the right times. And he goes for the Leaf Blade just to try to get rid of Shiftry or to get the shield. It doesn't even get rid of Shiftry, but gives him an extra one to get an extra bit of energy. Now in comes Skarmory, so because Tropius is locked, goes for Aerial Ace, and then gets the swap. In comes Azu to make Skarmory. Eats the Sky Attack, and then in comes Meganium. And Johnny has a Hydro Pump loaded already, which means he'll definitely win the race of the second Ice Beam. To leave Meganium close enough to the red, just want to just let Azu go. And you come back in with Tropius. You can eat this Frenzy Plant. Johnny decides that he's got shield, preserve the health, can just farm down Meganium. And then Leaf Blade, what comes in, which is Skarmory again. So then in comes Hypno. Down a shield on Skarmory, but Skarmory's down a bit of health. And Hypno's tanky enough that build to Shadow Ball, throws the Thunder Punch. To get the shield. And Hypno wins the race to the second Thunder Punch versus Skarmory's next Sky Attack. And that does that. So into game three, Toxicroak lead into Bastiodon, very positive. In comes Haunter, and met by a load of Muck. At this point, you're essentially looking at GG's as it is. Muck needs to land the Dark Pulse probably to get rid of Haunter as soon as possible, just because of the attack weight nature of Haunter. But again, throw the shield up for the punch after letting the ball through, and just go for the Dark Pulse to get rid of it. And gets the second shield, and Johnny decides that he's going to put up the second shield, and that's simultaneous KOs. So now the question is, do they go Toxie into Basti? No, Toxie into Meganium. But again, shield down, Toxicroak is fine here. Sludge Bomb will do a lot of damage to Meganium. Just get rid of it. And then you have Toxicroak, can get to Mud Bombs a lot faster than Bastion can get to anything. And Fear itself just says let that go. So in the next round, Johnny's paired up with Zach Riot. Zach Riot and his Shadow Victory Bell. Um, Again, you get caught with a Shadow Victory Bell, you're in trouble. Quagsire lead into Altaria. Goes for the Stone Age, loses into the MP. Shields Sky Attack. And fires off Stone Age. Now, if it was a Shadow Victory Bell lead here, Quagsire would already be dead. But Altaria lets through the Stone Age. And Quagsire gets the second Stone Age before Altaria gets the second Sky Attack. Gets the shield. Johnny decides that he's going to invest both shields into Quagsire and swaps into Hypno to eat the Sky Attack after loading up on Quagsire. Again, at this point, you just confusion down Altaria. So with Altaria confusion down, in comes Azu, and Hypno is going to go for the Thunder Punch. Azu eats it, gets his second Thunder Punch, and Azu eats this one also. So Azu's going to throw an Ice Beam here, and back in comes Quagsire to throw the Stone Edge. Johnny's really just trying to get this last shield. It's going to KO if he lets it through. It does. Now Quagsire is very low on health. In comes Shadow Victory Bell to farm up. So you muck down a shield into this Shadow Victory Bell with a little bit of stored energy. So he builds up to the Gong Shot and throws Dark Pulse. It's shielded. Acid Spray. So now it's going to be very close. He just gets the Dark Pulse off before Victory Bell can KO Razor Leaves. And now moving into game 2, you have Azu into Altaria and builds up to the Hydro Pump, expecting to swap out. None comes, throws the Ice Beam, shielded and swapped into Azu. Azu's met with Hypno. Build up to the Shadow Ball, throws the Thunder Punch. It's going to be an Ice Beam from Azu. Let's play rough. Okay. So at this point now, this Azu has shown its moveset being Ice Beam play rough. It's not running any nukes. Bit of lag on both ends to catch up together, and Johnny gets off the Thunder Punch. No shield again from Azu, which would lead you to believe that Shadow Victory Bell is again in the back. Shields this Ice Beam. In comes Altaria. No shield from Johnny, just lets go. In comes Azu to throw the Ice Beam, is met with Victory Bell, swaps out into Muck. And this is a lot more positive matchup for Muck, as they're on even shields rather than shields down. So Dark Pulse is shielded. Muck decides to let this through and gets off this Dark Pulse with very low HP. In comes Altaria, one Dragon Breath does the job. In comes Azu, and Ice Beam loaded. And that just doesn't KO, but that's why you have your shield. And Azu should get to the second Ice Beam before Altaria gets to the next Sky Attack, which does. So moving into game 3, the Hypno lead into Basti. Gets a no Toxic Croak in the back, which means Basti could be a bit of an issue here. Throw the Shadow Ball, but bash it on such a tank, it doesn't really do much. Swap Azu in, eats the Flash Cannon from Basti, and he's met Shadow Victory Bell. Azu just in long enough to get to the Ice Beam before going down. Grab the shield off Victory Bell. Hypno can come back in here, and the poison typing doesn't help Victory Bell here. So Hypno shield, an Acid Spray, cuts to the Thunder Punch. Victory Bell's on like 1 HP, so decides to let that go. In comes Bastardon. Goes for the Thunder Punch. Doesn't grab the shield. Goes down. And then in comes Muck. A lot of work to do here in the back. It's going to shield this Flamethrower. Okay. Charge up a little bit past Dark Pulse, but throw the Dark Pulse, and you'll be able to snarl down the Bastardon, and then it's Azu in the back. So you throw Gungsha, you throw the Dark Pulse, try and grab the shield. Not shielded. And as you get to the Ice Beam, GG's. Right, moving into round 4, and Johnny is here playing Lee. Lee is running a team of Probo and Noctowl. So Hypno leads from Johnny into Azu. Again, Johnny decides that he's going to build up towards the Shadow Ball and throw a Thunder Punch. I would think that's what he's been doing all day. He's built above the Shadow Ball, throws a Thunder Punch. Hoping here to get the shield. Doesn't. Gets a second Thunder Punch. This one will possibly get a shield. It does indeed. So Azu goes for his Ice Beam here again. And Hypno throws up the shield. And goes for the Thunder Punch rather than Confusion down, not wanting to take the risk. Azu lets it go. And in comes Noctowl. And Hypno has enough health to be able to get this Thunder Punch. And that grabs the shield off Noctowl. So you just let Noctowl faint down to hold switch. In comes Quagsire. And Venusaur comes in to meet Quagsire before you can get the Stone Edge off of Noctowl. Just missed timing on that, but Quagsire can land the Earthquake on Venusaur. And then you swap in Muck to take the Frenzy Plant. And you get to the Dark Pulse plenty in time, but you're well able to snarl down. Back in comes Noctowl, and Dark Pulse does a lot of damage. You let this one go on Muck, seeing as, okay, you don't. You shield this one. A little bit of extra snarl chip. This time, Muck goes from the Sky Attack, and back in comes Quagsire, and this is where I would have kept my shield for. He can eat that Sky Attack, he should be able to get the Stone Edge. He can. And that will be the end of Noctowl. So moving into game 2, Quagsire lead into a roll of Marowak. Again, very positive for Quagsire. And then the swap out into Venusaur, and Venusaur will have a Hypno this time. So again, you can let the first Frenzy Plant through. Probably will need to shield the second one. But you can just straight Confusion down Venusaur. Yeah, shield this one. And Confusion down Venu. So Probopass comes in. So throw the Thunder Punch, gets shielded, go for the Shadow Ball. Again, even this Shadow Ball from Hypno, it's not going to do a great deal of damage. Is Probo going to farm here? No. Okay, Probo's going to throw. And he throws the Rock Slide. So you come back in with Quag and throw the Stone Edge, trying to grab the shield, and it's not shielded. If you'd thrown the EQ, would have been better. So both players into the swap. Marowak comes back in and is met with Muck. Let the first Bone Club through shield, the second one. Lee here having both shields makes this very difficult to try to get back from. You should get 2 Dark Pulses before you can get that Bone Club back off. So you grab both shields. And then comes the Bone Club here. Quagsire gets hit with the Shadow Ball. Can get Stone Edge off. It's a brilliant swap. Just in time gets Probopass in. And doesn't. It's so close. But, right, moving into the decisive game 3. Azu lead into Probopass. It's a Spark Probopass, so you're going to have to land the Hydro Pump sooner rather than later. You let this through. It's a Magnet Bomb. Okay, so it's a Spark Rocks by Magnet Bomb Probopass. And Azu just goes straight for the Hydro Pump, not shielded, try to call the bait. And Venu's met with Muck. He's Hypno in the back in case Venu swaps out. So in comes Marowak and shield the Dark Pulse. I was hoping to try catch Sludge Wave, but little does he know Johnny's not running Sludge Wave. Dark Pulse all day. So he lets the Bone Club through because he knows Azu can just bubble down. Has an Ice Beam ready to grab the shield off Venusaur. And then he can swap in to Hypno with 2 shields into Venusaur with 0. So Johnny decides he's going to use shield here, not risk anything. He's got a double shield Hypno. You could have taken 1 Frenzy Plant, but better to be safe than sorry in this situation. Moving into round 4, he's playing MJ. MJ having Grottle as a bit of spice. So MJ leading Marowak into Johnny's Azu in game 1, swaps out into Registeel. Johnny has Muck in the back, so he's okay with this. He'll eat the first Flash Cannon. And goes for the Ice Beam bait. So he's charged up the Hydro Pump. Throw the bait. Not shielded. Okay. So he's going to shield this Flash Cannon. And is he going for another Ice Beam bait? Hold on, he's charging it. He is. Oh my god. This one has to get a shield. You're in Hydro Pump range. It does. Okay. So you shield up this one. Again. Swapped out into Grottle, and Azu throws the Ice Beam to grab the last shield. And then in comes Hypno. Shields down. I think Grottle should be able to, with the energy advantage it has, should be able to just beat out this Hypno. Body slams do decent chunk, and it's not poison type thing. Hypno goes for the Shadow Ball. Again, leaves Grottle low, and Hypno wins by about 4 or 5 HP. Registeel comes in, so Hypno can get to the Thunder Punch and leave Registeel low. So you swap in Azu to either bubble down or eat the energy, whichever comes first, and eat the Flash Cannon. And then in comes Muck, and Muck can snarl down. I'll have to eat a Flash Cannon here, but can snarl down. Flash Cannon will do a good chunk, but Johnny's built up to a Gunk Shot, which means he should get to the second Dark Pulse before Marowak can get to his Bone Club, which should be GG's. And he does. Gets to that second Dark Pulse before any thing can come off. And here we go again. Game 2. Muck into Marowak. Very positive lead here for Johnny. Decides he's going to eat this Bone Club. And builds up past the Gunk Shot. Up nearly to 100 energy. Shield this Bone Club. And throws in an extra snarl just for good measure. Goes for the second one. And then you can shield this and you will get to Dark Pulse before you're fainted out from Fire Spin. Oh, it's a great swap into Toxicroak and you can't get it off. In comparison then, Toxicroak should just get to that Sludge Bomb. Had that extra counter. It does, gets the Sludge Bomb. Hypno will have to eat that. Confusion down to have a bit of energy. Doesn't even have a Shadow Ball loaded, but can get to it if he so wished. But Johnny decides he throws the Thunder Punch and swaps into Quagsire to eat this Bone Club. And faints down with Mud Shots. And then into Grottle, he can throw the Earthquake. It's not going to do much, but it's going to do more than Stone Edge. And then in comes Hypno, and Grottle wins the race to the charge move. GG's. So moving into game 3 is an Azu lead into Reggie. Saw this matchup in game 1 when Reggie swapped in, and MJ didn't shield the first attack. So does Johnny go for the Hydro Pump this time, hoping that there's no shield. He does. So is MJ going to shield this one? He's not. Okay, that's a much more positive matchup here for Johnny. after landing that hydro pump. Shields up the flash cannon, and now with Reggie in ice beam range, doesn't even need to charge to the hydro pump. Can go one short and throw the ice beam. In comes Grottle and is met with Muck. Muck can get to Dark Pulses very quickly, counteract the Razor Leaf damage. Grabs a second shield. Muck decides he's going to eat this body slam. And Muck will get to this Dark Pulse. Again, Johnny's yet to reveal that he's running Gunk Shot. But gets Razor Leaf down. Then comes Hypno. He's going to eat this body slam. He's going to get the confusion down then. In comes Marowak with Hypno almost at the Shadow Ball. Again, this isn't going to KO the Marowak, but it's certainly going to leave it nice and low. And you let this go. Marowak returns the Shadow Ball of his own. And then Azu comes back. And you have the shield in the back to eat this flash cannon. Probably ice beam here. Yeah. Marowak has maybe 1 HP. So it should be able to be bubbled down just through a Shadow Ball as well. So, right, moving into the final. Johnny is playing Aid Boss. Aid has got here with Sunny Form Cherrim, Psycho Boost Deoxys, and a Pidgey. So here we go, the Deoxys meeting the Hypno. So he goes for the Rock Slide off the Deoxys first. Hypno is going straight Shadow Ball here. Johnny's not messing about. He wants that spot in Continentals. So he decides to shield this attack, which is another Rock Slide. And he swaps out into Muck. And he's met with Noctowl. So he goes Dark Pulse. Gets the shield. Now shield's down. If Muck can get to Gunk Shot, it's going to do a lot of damage to Noctowl here. And we all want to see that trash can being thrown. He's going for the Gunk Shot. Here we go. Get the trash cans ready. Bang. Noctowl gets hit in the face with a trash can. Muck shield here. Does he get to the Dark Pulse? He does. And he decides to swap into Hypno to throw the Thunder Punch. Doesn't charge it up because it doesn't need to, but throws the Thunder Punch nonetheless. In comes Lapras. Again, this Lapras is running the standard Surf and Skull Bash set for the Ice Shard Laprases. So at this point, come in, throw the Dark Pulse, and in comes the full health Azu as a sweeper. Lapras is trying to charge up to Skull Bash. And he does. Swaps out into Deoxys. Johnny lands the Hydro Pump and is able to get the Deoxys to 1 HP. Now this Deoxys is not running Thunderbolt, so Azu can live. That extra little bit of farm, and Azu just needs to win the race. It does. Gets the Hydro Pump. And the Gunk Shot landing was the deciding factor in that match. Right, moving into game 2, and we have Sunny Cherrim lead from Aid, and it's met by Johnny's Hypno. So again, this is going to be a weather ball. Chips away at Hypno, but next Hypno is met with Noctowl. So Hypno decides to throw the Thunder Punches it has stored up. Grabs 1 shield, and then swaps into Altaria. Sorry, Azu, not Altaria. Swaps into Azu to eat the Sky Attack. Noctowl will get to the second Sky Attack before Azu can throw his Ice Beam. So Azu throws the Ice Beam. Blocked. So does Azu win this race? No, CMP again. At this point, you let Sky Attack through, knowing that Azu survives, knowing you have the Ice Beam loaded, and knowing that that KO's knocked out. And then in comes Deoxys, and you just can't get the Ice Beam off. Oh, so close. But with Muck in the back, this Deox matchup is nice and secure. Shield the rock slide. Okay, preserve the health. Is that a swap into Cherub? It was. Eats the Dark Pulse. In comes Hypno to Confusion down. Charges up to the Shadow Ball. And that is pretty much the end of Deoxys. It's not enough to KO, but with Muck in the back, yeah, and Hypno can even get to this Thunder Punch. At this point, you don't even need to charge up the bubbles. You secured regionals. Congratulations. Moving into game 3, just to play it out. You have Azu leading into Scrafty. Again, Azu just doesn't need to shield here, pretty much. Throw the Ice Beams. With Scrafty, just doesn't have a good matchup when it comes to Azu. So Johnny decides he's going to shield up this one just to preserve the health on Azu as he farms down Scrafty. So he's done a shield, but he's also built up over a Hydro Pump. Throws the Ice Beam. And just one-shots the Pidgey. And then in comes the Lapras. It's nice to see the Pidgey actually getting some light of day. It's not just there for the crack. And then Lapras, I just let Azu go at this point. I mean, it doesn't even KO. So you have Hypno and Muck minus a shield versus Lapras. I mean, yeah. Skull Bash shielded. And I think, yeah, Johnny's just going for the fast move beatdown to secure the regionals crown with a 3-0. Congratulations again to Johnny, and best of luck representing Ireland as the first ever Irish regionals champion at Continentals. If you enjoyed that video, please like and subscribe for more Silph Arena and Go Battle League content. Thank you.